Oh, we're not live yet. Oh.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Heyo.
And by guys, I mean
Well,
Trent.
It's your boy.
oh boy.
Trent, could you send this link into the Discord chat, please?
We
Oh,
put a
we're
lot
not
of
live yet.
pressure on Trent.
What's
Oh,
up, guys?
he kind of works for us.
Heyo.
I always forget that there's like a major lag every time we do YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like 15 seconds. Okay, so the resort was not my favorite for the wedding. The wedding was amazing. The resort was not my favorite. We get there the first day, and finding places to eat for me was not as easy as I thought it would be. I'm used to cruise ships where you just go anywhere, you can get food any time of the day. There was like specific places, and the layout wasn't great. So with a 1-year-old, it was like, okay, well, we got to bring food back to the room because if she gets hungry, I can't wait a half hour to go walk all the way down here, get something to bring it back. Anyway,
Right.
first day we get there, we're in between lunch and dinner, so there's like this snack buffet. So we go in, and I ended up getting like bread and nachos and by nachos I mean tortilla chips and some cheese because the protein options were rabbit stew and
Ooh.
goat stew.
Nice.
I beat you to it, Trent.
You didn't try any of those?
I did not. No, I did not.
Rabbit stew sounds good.
I
I've
was
eaten rabbit before.
I was not interested in Dominican rabbit stew. So we get to
How's
the
that
I didn't know they had-
regular rabbit stew.
we you didn't know they had
They had
rabbits? They
rabbits.
don't anymore, dude.
I was gonna say,
They're
didn't
all
know they had
dead.
rabbits.
Favorite part.
The scary part was we get to the airport and the transportation guy, the guy driving the shuttle,
Oh,
warns
military.
us and says, "Guys, don't drink the water here. Don't even brush your teeth with the water." I was like, "Okay,
Your teeth will fall out."
I was like, okay, if the transportation guy is telling us not to, who I guess if we did die, then he wouldn't get transportation back,
Right.
but he has no skin in the game for telling us whether or not to brush our teeth. If he's telling us not to brush our teeth with water, wow. So like I'm taking showers, I'm like just like making sure the water's getting. So I'm like, how
I wouldn't
toxic
even take a
is this
shower in
water?
that.
So we use bottled water to brush our teeth, which is interesting. Yeah, the food was not good there. The fruit and vegetables, very good.
Max, what's in your drink? Tadpoles?
Dude, it's blackberries.
Yeah, remember? We had a whole
Oh.
conversation. He pulled
Just
us
turned
on
from
it.
green to purple. Very fun.
Doesn't look purple here.
He's
Looks,
gonna be drunk again.
looks like water that Chris tried not to drink.
I was very disappointed. The first one that I made, first drink I made. That's why it took so long because I found a bug in it. Very disappointed. This one.
Yeah.
At my age, you don't even bother taking them out.
Extra protein.
Yeah, man. Builds your immune system.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I had 4 slices of very terrible pizza today for lunch.
Oh,
I had good pizza for lunch
I had
today.
3 slices of great pizza.
I had Papa John's, man.
That
I was
you
at a
thought you said
bowling-
good
Puff
pizza.
John.
I was at a place called Back Alley Lanes. It was a small bowling alley with a game.
Oh, bowling
Oh.
alleys have terrible food.
Yeah, but bowling alley pizza is always like the good
It's not
bad
even.
pizza.
It's not even a real bowling
Recording
alley.
in
It has
progress.
5 lanes, or it had 6 lanes
Listen to his
most,
backyard.
and mostly just arcades. And we were there for a field trip, and the pizza was god awful.
Really?
Didn't stop me from eating 4.
Why does Mags look shirtless? I don't know.
He doesn't look shirtless to me.
He has a
It's just your
Hawaiian
imagination.
shirt tattoo on his chest. I like that
Mags,
Hey,
Yeah.
howdy,
So-
hey! Welcome to episode 57 of Into the Disneyverse. My name is the Chunnel. I'm going to be your host for this episode, and I am joined by Ryan,
Hello.
Alex,
What up, people?
and joining us once again, a new variant of Chris. Welcome in, Chris.
What if I just spoke German? Like this variant of me just spoke German. The whole episode was
Like
just
very
me,
fluidly.
yeah,
Be
just
weird.
screaming in
There's got to be an
German.
app for that. That'd be amazing.
Should be.
That happened with me last week. I started speaking Spanish.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh.
He did. No,
I forgot about that.
If you want to go somewhere where Spanish is the primary language, you can book a trip with Adventure Awaits by Ashley.
My cousin is in España right now.
oh,
Oh.
where's that at?
Spain.
Sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
He goes, I'm in Spain. I said, oh, España. And he sends me a long text in Spanish, and I send back, you know I don't speak Spanish.
Closest I've gotten to be a world traveler is Epcot. You know who got me there? Take a wild guess.
Ashley from Adventure Awaits by Ashley.
It's a really good guess, Mags, and you would be correct.
So go ahead, contact Adventure Awaits by Ashley. Let her know that Into the Disneyverse sent you. She'll book your trip for absolutely free.
Even to
Go ahead.
Estania.
Got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Now, in 1954, Disneyland was being built, and one of the lands that was planned was going to be called True Life Adventureland. Of course, as we know today, that was shortened to Adventureland, but the centerpiece was going to be a jungle-themed ride based on the True Life Adventure series that Disney had made, that quote-unquote documentary series, some of which may have been staged. But that ride is now one of the most iconic Disney attractions known worldwide, and it's known as Jungle Cruise. Now, I personally am a big fan of the Jungle Cruise. Chris, I know you just rode it for the first time,
I
right?
did.
So, out of 10 elephants, what would you give the Jungle Cruise?
I'd give Jungle Cruise a 6.8.
Mm. Mm.
All right.
So low.
Yeah, well,
What
you know,
would you say, Alex?
I'll explain why, but it was
Yeah.
there was some
I
factors.
mean, that's not. I expected lower
Mm.
from you.
See, Alex, you said you felt that was pretty low. What would you
Yeah.
give Jungle Cruise out of 10 elephants?
Well, I said that's pretty low, and then I thought about what number it was, and it's not that much higher when you
That's
think
what I
about like
thought too. when I said
mathematically.
it.
I'll give Jungle Cruise a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Ryan?
I would agree with Alex. Actually, I was thinking the same number.
What are you, Mags?
I'm gonna go 9.2.
9.2.
I knew somebody was gonna go super high with
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
That's
I love the
crazy.
humor. I think the theming is super fun.
Right.
And of course, so much of it depends on the skipper that you've got. The last time I went on, the skipper I had was kind of mid, but the time before that, we had this cast member that was a little bit on the older side. I'd say probably in his, I don't know, maybe early 60s, somewhere in that range. Clearly, he'd been doing it for a while. He knew the jokes forwards, backwards, upside down. When we pulled up to the dock to get on the boat, he just stepped on the boat. So it was his first ride of the day, looked like. And then as soon as we got off the boat, he got off right behind us. And that guy knew his stuff forwards, backwards. He was incredible. And so for me, I'm basing this off of the best Jungle Cruise experience that I had with an absolutely incredible skipper.
Okay. I mean, the last few times I've been on it, the skipper I've had have not been great. But I agree, it does depend on the skipper.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this is probably the only ride at Disney World that the cast members really affect how your experience is on it.
That's not true.
Now, we
The,
talked about that back in Great Movie Ride.
Well,
but that's no longer
yeah.
Not there anymore, though.
Eh,
It's not true.
Yeah, that's not there
Exactly.
anymore. And then it eventually went to automation, so it didn't really matter that much.
True. Robert Osborne, R.I.P.
My Kilimanjaro Safaris driver drove us into that,
That's true.
that fake K-pop
Okay.
tree.
Dude, I mean, me and my wife still talk about a Kilimanjaro safari person we had before we even had kids. He was by far the best we've ever had, and we still quote him today. Ma'am, sit down.
So funny you should say that quote, ma'am, sit down. That's one of the reasons why my score is so low. They had to stop the ride because Ellie was on my lap, and she was like, she was a little kid. She was 11 months old, so she was like crawling around on my lap, and they were like, "Oh, you have to sit that baby down on your lap." I'm like, "What? She's on my lap. She's not
Yeah,
going
She's
anywhere."
not going anywhere.
You have to put that
No.
baby away.
I was like, "Focus on
Put it in
telling
your
better
backpack,
jokes.
please.
You're not a great skipper." And she wasn't. She was not a great skipper.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
stopped the boat. I think that's more dangerous is stopping the boat, putting the brakes, because it's brakes. Spoiler alert. Pumping the brakes on that boat, and I could have dropped the baby because of that. Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Well, you know
come
what,
on,
Chris?
lady.
Chris, if you're going to base your reading entirely on that, you're in denial. Denial.
You know what I'm in denial of?
Denial.
I guess none of us did anything this week in Disney.
That's what I was thinking. I did
Yeah,
stuff.
so
went
actually,
right
the
into
True
it.
Life, the True Life Adventure documentary series that Disney had made.
Stop,
included such films as-
Mags. What are you doing? Why are we not doing an intro to the show? What's
It's a really
happening
long
here?
history. It's a really long history.
So, why is it? What? I did this history before. It's not that crazy long.
That's what you think.
Well, we're not doing anything this week at Disney. We don't have any time for it.
If you really want to, we can.
I mean, if
We'll
it goes
do it.
long, cut it. But
Yeah, I mean, I will cut it for the SR for sure, but
yeah,
um, Really quick. Let's do really quick. Quick one, Mags. Just a quick one.
All right, everybody gets 30 seconds. Chris, go.
Perfect. Watch the first 2 episodes of Ironheart, enjoying it. And shout out to the Imagineers that worked this time on the Trump animatronic. Actually looks like Trump this time and not Hillary Clinton. So hats off to them.
Nice.
They did a good job.
That's true.
They did a
That's
good
true.
job. Yes, Ironheart and saw that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 30
Alex.
seconds. Alex, go.
Watch the ride through for the new test track. Looks the same-ish. Not that much.
Not
different.
at all.
I mean, it's like.
Did
what do
you
mean?
ever ride Test Track 2.0?
Yeah, I wrote it. It's just the same stuff, just different skins. It's not a big deal.
Oh my god.
It's like brand new. Never mind.
Everything's
anyways.
brand new in it.
And started watching Chippendale movie again. Rescue Rangers.
Oh god, that was a terrible movie.
Oh, I love
What?
that
I was
movie.
just about to say that movie is awesome.
So good.
We just started watching it. It's
Alright.
so funny. There's so many
Perfect.
funny things inside of it.
Hated it.
Like ugly
Alright.
Sonic.
Because it was good.
Horrible.
All right, Ryan.
Theme Park Tavern, like every week. We watched Pollyanna. That's the name of that movie, right, Mel? We watched
Pollyanna?
that with Mel and John on Mickey and the Mouse. It was a not good movie. I fell asleep during it. It seems like about it.
So you didn't watch it.
I watched half of it and I was like, okay, it's time for bed. I was just waiting for my phone to die. So I
Better
could
than
go to bed.
Benadryl.
It's like Benadryl. It was like sleep. It was like sleep cool.
Go, Max.
Max,
I finished
go.
Ironheart. Now, some of the films that ended up influencing Jungle Cruise included the true life adventure film, The African Lion, as well as the 1951 classic film, The African Queen, which starred such iconic actors as Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. Great film. Highly, highly recommend.
You would.
Love The African Queen. Now, they decided that, much like the idea behind The African Queen, the central ride of Adventureland would be a boat ride. And the main vehicles would be a steamer boat styled like that in the film, The African Queen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Additionally, much like The African Queen's main character played by Humphrey Bogart, this attraction would also have a live skipper.
Wait, Humphrey
What?
Bogart's a woman?
What?
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 Wait, Bogart was a skipper?
Yeah. He was like the captain in The African Queen.
Oh, I thought he was the African
So
queen.
wait, did he play the Rock's character?
Yes.
No,
yeah.
Jungle Cruise is not The African Queen. The African Queen is a much superior film.
It's the same thing.
So Humphrey Bogart did not play the African queen.
The African Queen was the name of the boat.
Oh.
Is he allowed to do that? Is
So he was a
allowed to name his
boatman,
boat
is what
that?
you're saying.
Yes, he was a boatman, but he was not a walrus.
Sounds like cultural appropriation, in my opinion. But it was the 50s.
It took place in Africa.
Makes sense.
It was culturally
You should
appropriate.
know this. You're an
then.
African historian.
That was Eastern.
Okay. All right. Imagineer Bill Evans was in charge of landscaping Disneyland, and he was told that he had to create a jungle on a minimal budget.
That's
So
crazy.
he imported tropical plants and took in character plants, which were plants that were supposed to look like plants from different countries. One thing he did as well is that he uprooted California orange trees, turned them upside down, and started
Yep.
to grow vines on the roots of those trees.
Oh, I like how he was on a budget. So he's like, let's import stuff.
They were buying. They were like buying things out of people's yards and stuff.
Mhm.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Walt originally wanted real animals for the attraction, and so he put in orders for them to be imported as well. However, they quickly changed due to logistics, that being Walt didn't want the animals sleeping during the day while people were trying to enjoy the attraction.
Mm.
Well, wake them up, right?
Hmm.
Just play loud
I
music.
mean, they do that in the tiki room all the time. They wake up, the Jose, right?
It's what they did in that classical music, remember? You know what I'm talking about? That one song?
The Dance of the Hours?
I don't know, the one where it starts slow and then they go fast and hard to wake people up from sleeping.
I don't think that was a classical song. I think that was
What are
a
you listening to?
film I watched. yesterday.
Jeez. My word. Oh,
I don't know. I can't believe you don't know what I'm talking about, Mags.
Ironheart.
I'm
What? I don't know why you guys are so confused.
I think we need to cut
There's like
that. I don't
one-
know if we should cut this. or
There's
not.
one classical song that
Oh, the
starts
Fight of the
slow
Bees or something.
and goes super hard and fast, to wake everybody up in the audience.
Why do you
They
keep having
feel
to
like-
use
does
those
it-
two adjectives, hard and fast?
Does
Because
it
when you
end
play
quickly?
violin, you're playing fast and you're pushing down, playing hard.
Pushing
Could be
now?
louder?
Is it March of the Bees or something?
Mm-mm.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
That's
is what
Flight of
you're talking
Bumblebee, and
about,
that's not it.
Yeah, close though, right?
Do
I have you close?
No, I don't know what's called. I thought Mags would know. I wouldn't have brought it up. I thought Mags would know.
I
My
don't
bad.
know what it is when you say this song is hard and fast.
Yeah, Max knows nothing about
Like,
that
there-
stuff.
It's a
There's a lot of
classical-
hard and
Way
fast
It's
too
songs
young.
known.
out there.
Too
It's
young to know
really
any of this.
known. It's known as a classical song, and one of
Is
the
it like the
biggest
1812
things-
overture, like dun 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 dun, like that one?
No, that's pretty hard the whole
Oh,
time.
was it Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan's theme song?
Yes, that's it.
Is it really?
Was it the theme song
No,
to Better Call Saul?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't know.
Well, now I need to know.
Well, I'll Google it, and I'll bring it back later.
We can't even
Send
sing
me a
it.
link to it.
Well, wait. If you bring it back quickly enough, maybe I can get the flute player to start it for us.
Oh, is he there?
I'm trying to Google
Oh.
it. What did you say the name was, Alex?
I don't.
It's hard and fast number 2 in concerto.
Oh, I just Googled it and I can't even. I can't even show it's on
No.
my screen. Why would you make me Google this?
Well, you know who else knew about being hard and fast? Imagineer Harper Goff, who was tasked with creating the animated animal and indigenous figures
Oh, we can't
for
cut
the
that
attraction.
now.
I would never gonna cut it.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, these figures were not audio animatronics, but they were the forerunners of the first audio animatronics created with many of Walt Disney's future projects, such as the Enchanted Tiki Room. Water in the attraction would be carefully controlled. It needed to obscure the boat track and the guidance system below the water, as well as different animatronic platforms and machinery. Originally, it was dyed brown, then green, and now it's a blue-green color. It's only 5 feet deep.
That's.
It
I mean,
travels-
Chris could drown in that.
I know that's
Pretty easily.
dangerous.
True.
Two Chris's could stand on top of each other and drown in that.
I think the crazy part is that Chris's daughter could stand up fully in there and be fine, but Chris
She's
would
fine.
drown.
Yeah, Chris would.
Why I don't know why they're so serious about her standing on my lap. Popcorn Alex.
It is Symphony Number 94 in G major by Joseph Haydn's, called the
Haydn?
Surprise Symphony. I don't know.
So doesn't he have a
HYD
name?
and Haydn's,
Man.
yeah.
Man, hard and fast. That really is a surprise symphony.
Haydn noticed audience would sometimes doze off during the slow movements of symphonies, so he put in a loud chord right in the middle, otherwise gentle, quiet section to shock the audience awake.
Oh wow.
Shock them awake. Yeah, it's like heavy metal in the middle of an opera.
Kind of like when I shocked you guys awake when I started this episode with 0 warning.
That's very true.
You did. I'm still not prepared.
Well, it's much like the Jungle Cruise. You never are prepared for what's around the corner.
I'm very much prepared because I've been on it more than once.
I've been on it a couple times. Yeah.
I'm not prepared.
That's what you think. Hey, but Chris, you always know how to be prepared when the Scoutmaster's around.
What?
Oh my gosh. We have to explain
were
this.
All
never
right,
every
here's the
time.
thing. I know you weren't on that episode, but you edited it, and we've referenced it like 4 or 5 times.
He never
Every time
remembered.
you're like, "What? I don't know
What?
what this is." We've talked. It's not like we've never referenced this. Again, I know you weren't on that episode, but we've talked about this 5 or 6 times at least.
This joke?
Yes.
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 I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
With the cigarette.
No.
The water travels towards Frontierland's Rivers of America, then Fantasyland, and then returns to the Jungle Cruise. It was originally. You guys want to guess how long it was originally?
Niles
minutes.
and
Water count.
Niles and Niles.
You said 10 minutes, Ryan?
10 minutes.
That's way too long. It was
It was supposed to be 10 minutes.
5.5 minutes.
I'd say 45
Night-
minutes. 19 minutes.
It was 1,920 feet.
Oh.
I was talking
Sure.
about the overall water.
Well, you
length,
gotta let us know
the
that.
distance the water travels. Oh, but it would be shortened in 1994, and that was due to the creation of the Indiana Jones adventure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Upon
people-
opening, the
people
attraction
are
was
putting out fireworks right now near my neighborhood. Come on. Wake my kids up.
So
Upon opening in 1955, the attraction was very serious and tried to hit the same tone as those true life adventure short films that I mentioned at the beginning. So there was a skipper spiel, and it was intended to sound similar to those nature documentaries. Unfortunately, when it opened, the greenery that was planted had not yet fully grown, and so it was a lot less immersive than the attraction is today. That being said, it was still a smash hit and became a major part of pop culture as one of the foremost attractions offered at Disneyland.
Did you bring up that they actually moved the ride from where it was supposed to be to the other side of the park? No?
No.
Originally, it was
Which
going to
part
be
are you
on
on?
the other side of the park in Disneyland. And because
Tomorrowland?
of it was kind of not in Tomorrowland, but he
Space?
moved it. No, he moved it over to the other side because of the flat. It was the not mangroves, but the bamboo over that side. That's why they moved it over there because it made it easier for him to hide it.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Not that interesting, to be completely honest with you.
You know what? I didn't hear.
Yeah,
you
you know, it really
putting
wasn't.
any
It really
2
wasn't.
cents in. I didn't hear you putting 2 cents in there.
Well,
was my
I
2 cents
loved
was
it.
right there.
I did research.
I
Did you
rode the
really?
ride.
Yeah, I listened to like 4 podcasts on this today.
How much time is that? You have like 29 hours in a day, I feel like.
Seriously.
Well, yeah. I work
I
and
also
I
like
can listen to stuff.
Well, speaking about your life, Ryan, I love the shirt that you're wearing tonight.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
It did
my
turn
God.
out really. It looks like a
It
shirt
came
you
out
get at the
so
Hot
nice.
Topic.
For
I
our
almost have
for
to
our
stand
audio
up.
listeners, why don't you tell us about your shirt?
It's a black shirt, and it says "Centaur in Chains."
It's a reference to our World of Motion episode.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love this shirt.
Yeah,
This
it's
might be
pretty
my
good.
favorite one yet.
Where'd you buy it? Where'd you buy it, Ryan?
T Public,
No, Disneyverse.com. It's a simple file. There
Disneyverse.com.
you go. They'll figure
Slash-
We
it
have
out.
Do we have a link on
no
there, Chris?
time for Disney,
Sure.
Disney, but we can plug a shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're actually we moved through the history quicker than I expected. We're already halfway through.
It's gonna be a short
I-
episode.
The 1960s hits. It's real groovy. It's real awesome. Austin Powers is hanging around.
What?
And Imagineer Mark Davis is asked to add some new scenes to
Yeah.
the Jungle Cruise to add in that trademark humor that he was known for. Keep in mind, he was the guy that we talked about back in World of Motion as well. So he animates some scenes. The Imagineers built those scenes, and those include the now iconic Indian elephant bathing pool, the rhinoceros chasing explorers up a pole, and various scenes of that nature. The base camp. So very
Did you-
iconic scenes.
Did you hear the story on why they did that? Because Walt was on there.
Because Walt, yeah.
He was on there, but he was in-
we're literally about to get there in the
okay.
history.
Then I won't even say it. I'll let you say it.
I'll
Yeah,
edit this
Because
out.
you know what, Ryan? Much like
Post.
those guys on the pole there.
No, don't
if
do
you
it.
go-
Don't
if-
do a-
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
don't do
We can edit it out
I
now.
was gonna edit it out, Ryan. You don't have to.
Well, if you go ahead with that, you're going to end up with pointed confrontations. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. The rhino joke. I got you.
Yeah, it's a Jungle Cruise. We have to have like.
I got
corny
the
jokes.
point. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
What
glad
kind
you
of
did. Now, the idea was that Walt asked for these additions because he wanted to, quote, plus up the attraction. There was a story told years later that is ultimately thought by most Disney historians nowadays to be entirely made up about Walt overhearing a child telling their parent that they didn't want to ride the Jungle Cruise because they had already ridden it and it was the same thing. But ultimately, that story is almost certainly false.
What?
What? No way. I've heard that several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those myths that perpetuates, kind of like George Washington and the cherry tree, just not real.
Wait, what?
Prove it wrong. Prove it wrong. That's what I want to know.
But he had
George
wooden
Washington-
teeth, right?
He didn't have.
They weren't
wooden
exactly
teeth.
made of wood. They were made of a number of different materials.
Oh my God! What is real?
Weren't some like horse teeth or something like that?
What part of history is real?
Bone.
And where do I get some horse
Oftentimes.
teeth?
From a horse.
I don't have any horses.
Wow, I can't believe that. I can't believe that's wrong.
I mean, it theoretically could have happened, but it probably didn't.
Are you all right, Alex? You seem really emotional about this.
I mean, it's the whole world's
Because
twisted upside
Alex
down.
has
Don't
been
need to cry
referencing the
over it.
story for years.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite stories.
Nah, it's the oldest trick in the book. I say that all the time to my wife. I'm like, hey, our daughter said she wants a 75-inch TV. I overheard her saying it. Now we have a 75-inch TV. My daughter can't even talk. It just works every time. You got to pull at the heartstrings. Can you imagine that? Walt Disney goes into a conference room and says, we need jokes. Or Walt Disney goes into a conference room and said, a kid said this ride sucks. We need jokes. Which one?
The kid wanted to rewrite it. The mom said it sucked because they already been on it. And she's
Well,
like,
the
we already
fact
been
that the
on it
story
once.
can't, the fact that the story can't even be kept straight, Ryan, I think is a sign that it probably wasn't real.
What about
It is-
the? And we're probably gonna cut this because you're about to get into it. What about the story about him on the Jungle Cruise, Walt
Go
himself?
ahead.
Is that
I'll let you
fake?
have. I'll let you have this one.
Because he was like in disguise on the Jungle Cruise, and there was a skipper that was kind of riffing and kind of telling jokes. And then afterwards, Walt revealed who he is, and the guy was like, "Oh man, I'm in trouble." And no, Walt said that was the best Jungle Cruise he'd ever been on. So then they started doing jokes.
Now that
And that guy was Adam
story itself,
Sandler.
look at him today.
He's dead. Wait, we're talking about Walt Disney
Adam
still?
Sandler's dead.
Never mind. Zoned out for a
Chris,
second because of fireworks.
Did you kill Adam Sandler?
No, I don't think so.
Now, I don't know if that story that you said, Ryan, is true. There is not much evidence for it.
I've heard that story
That
too.
That being said, those new comedic scenes that were added and created by Mark Davis led to an altered skipper spiel. So the spiel became more humorous in turn. Whether or not the skippers were the ones that altered it or the company, kind of tough to say today, truthfully. Honestly, probably the company, all things considered. Maybe the skippers added in a few jokes, but all of the things about these people making up all the things in turn, they're very nice stories. The odds of them actually being true or not, less possible, I'm sorry to say.
I don't like this episode.
Well, I don't like you breaking everybody's heart over it. Jeez.
Well, let's go ahead and bring back.
What's next? You're gonna tell me that animals are fake?
I already said that.
Oh my gosh.
I thought they were real until that until the elephant was like sitting taking a bath. That was looked pretty staged.
I thought that was you.
I don't take baths.
That's true.
I know.
Shit, that was my dead giveaway.
Now, the story behind the Disneyland attraction centers around a British colony outpost around 1938. And guests end up boarding the outpost in Southeast Asia, traveling on the Irrawaddy and Mekong rivers, before going into Africa and traveling on the Nile and Congo rivers, and ending in South America on the Amazon River. The attraction includes such iconic scenes as the base camp, Schweitzer Falls, Headhunter Country, and of course the world famous Backside of Water, before the attraction would end at Trader Sam's, which was a trading post run by a jolly character.
I'm gonna say something wildly unpopular. The backside of water joke is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't understand it. I don't think it's funny. I heard it and I was like, I can't laugh because I'm just trying to comprehend what they just said. I don't get it. And you get wet. I think I was distracted by getting wet, but I don't think it's a good joke.
You know what, Chris? You look like Princess Leia with your headphones like that.
You do actually. He's right.
Yeah, really?
You do, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
they're
In the
very-
outfit you're wearing that same bikini.
I think he was
Yeah, you're
comically
wearing the
hot.
Princess Leia white suit too.
Yeah, it's the chains too. It's the Centaur and chains
Um,
cosplay.
you know
all
what,
together.
Chris? I agree with you. The joke is not that funny.
Thank you. I think everybody says it's funny just
I
because
think
it's
people
popular.
like
say
it
it's
because
funny.
it's a dumb joke. It's like a dad joke.
I don't get
But
it.
it's not
though.
even that. It's not even that great of a dad joke.
What does the backside of water even mean? I don't get it.
Because
'Cause it's
earlier in the ride,
backside of the waterfall.
you see Schweitzer Falls, named after Dr. Albert Falls. And then later in the attraction, you go around, you go on the other side. So instead of saying we're seeing the same thing again, you're seeing something different because now
Right.
it's the backside of water.
Yeah.
No, but it's a backside of a waterfall, not of water.
but it is the backside of.
What is a
It-
waterfall
what
made
go-
out of,
What
Chris?
goes down a waterfall, Chris?
You got me on that.
What
one.
does
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not sure.
water?
I mean,
water.
it's also very cool down under and then the backside of the wall. That's my favorite part of it.
too
it's
wet.
Cool. It's very cool under there. That's true. Someone in comments said because you never see the back of waterfalls. That's true. I've only seen the
I
back
don't
of
go
waterfalls
chasing
like
waterfalls.
3 times.
Oh, you're gonna make me sing.
Yeah, I stick to the rivers and lakes I'm used to.
The Disneyland version has 12 different boats, and 9 can be running on the attraction at any one time. Every single version of this attraction has a unique name for each of their boats, although some boats names between boats are shared between the different versions. And they're all named after different rivers and features around the world, jungles such as Irrawaddy Irma or Senegal Sal, for example.
Do you know how many of these boats are running when it opened?
How many?
Guess. Chris,
None
how
of
many boats do you think were running when this opened?
None of them. Boats
19
don't run.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I thought it was a
Oh,
dad
yeah.
joke. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
doing
say.
Back
That's
in the
a-
water joke.
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay,
Oh,
Alex,
that's way too small. I'm gonna say at least 7.
Channel.
I'm gonna say 4.
It was 2.
Oh wow!
Two
that's
were
pretty
running when this
crazy.
opened, yes.
That's pretty crazy.
On opening
Good.
day in Disneyland, 2 of
That's
them were, and this was the
insane.
only ride in Adventureland.
That is crazy. What was the
True.
wait time? An hour and a half?
I bet it was. I bet it was crazy.
They just crammed them all. They didn't care about safety back then. They weren't
Yeah.
yelling at people for letting their toddlers
You.
climb all over their lap.
They were climbing all over out there. Another fun fact. So
Oh, these are
there,
fun facts.
I have, yeah, they're fun. Well, they're facts. There was 2 big gorillas that were on the ride, and when they did this Mark Davis update, this is only Disneyland. They moved those, and they turned into the Yetis on Matterhorn.
That was a shame. My mother-in-law got laid off when they got rid of them.
Gorillas.
Well, you know,
The boats were originally pristine, but then they ended up being painted to show wear and tear as the attraction's time and story continued to develop.
I like
Around
that.
Christmas
I like
time,
that.
around Christmas time, the boats would be renamed for the
Yep.
Jingle Cruise overlay. Now, in
Good overlay.
2001, the pistols were removed from the attraction. You want to guess why?
The piston? The gun.
Pistols.
That the skippers would hold, the fake pistols.
What year
Or
was
the real
this?
pistols originally?
Oh, one.
2001.
Oh, I would assume that 9/11. I would assume.
The first thing I thought of, but I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but Disney loves to overreact to things. There's a horrible tragedy. Let's just get rid of these pistols.
I don't even
For-
want to
for
guess. 'Cause
good
whatever it is
press.
sounds tragic.
Well, they actually removed the pistols in March. So
Columbine?
No, that's way before that.
I don't know. Maybe.
now, but the
Wait, wait,
skippers
wait,
would
wait,
be
wait,
rearmed
why did
after
they-
You can at
years
least
wait,
answer the
later in-
question.
why did they get rid of them?
You're
You
rolling
cannot
away from
continue. You have to answer.
Oh no, no,
the
no!
question.
I just wanted to know if you guys knew why.
Because
But
they
you
didn't
don't
have
know?
I was
phones
wondering
in the
if you guys
park?
knew why. I was wondering if you guys knew why. I didn't
Get
know.
out of
That's
here.
why I was
You know
asking.
why.
Now, a few years later, in 2004, the skippers would be rearmed. 2013 was when that Jingle Cruise overlay began, and an overhaul of the attraction began in 2021. We'll be talking about that overhaul in a bit here.
It's time for an overhaul.
I'm asking Jeeves why they removed the pistols in 2001.
Who
They
is
shot too many.
Jeeves?
Yeah, shot too many.
They
hit buttons.
did because there was rising concern about gun use in entertainment.
So then they changed to a shotgun?
So Disney removed the skipper's guns to align with evolving cultural norms. Okay, that didn't last long.
Yeah. They should have used bows and arrows. That'd have been even better.
Famously in Disneyland, some individuals started as Jungle Cruise skippers before they began their illustrious careers, including Robin Williams, Kevin Costner, and John Lasseter.
I was
That's
gonna
cool.
look up a list of them, and you beat me to it. Great job.
That's cool.
I'm cool that way. I'm not that cool, but I'm cool in that way.
You're not as cool as me, but I mean that's pretty cool of you.
That's true. That is accurate. Anyone remember the 2021 overhaul?
Wait, like the one that's
like
on it now?
the one I just opened.
Well, the changes that they made.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I kind of recognize some of them. Yeah.
They
Let's
got
go
rid
ahead and
of-
popcorn read some of them.
What?
Popcorn some of them. What do you remember? I'm trying to make the history interactive.
Oh, what? What
Oh,
you?
I
Okay,
don't remember
so
that.
didn't they change something with the people on the pole?
Yeah, they never mind.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with that. Where mine went to, I
Yep.
was like, nope.
So originally on the pole, it was a number of white explorers, and at the bottom it was their indigenous guide. So that was
Uh-huh.
altered. That was one of the big things they changed. Anyone remember another one?
Yeah, they got rid of Trader Sam.
Mhm.
Correct. The Trader Sam figure was removed.
They put in Loyal Sam instead, I heard.
You know, I loved how the original was based on Benedict Arnold.
Was it?
You could say that.
Creator Benedict Arnold.
Oh, I like my.
Oh, it's a history joke. I didn't get it.
Also,
That joke was history.
didn't they change like the whole like monkey scene, the ape scene?
Did they?
I feel
Well, a
like they
scene was
did.
added of a sinking boat. With
That's right.
I think
say
that
it
might be
again?
what you're thinking about.
Say it again.
Yeah.
No, say it again.
Oh, you got to say it again. Your mic went out.
Your mic went out. Say it again.
So a scene of a sinking boat with monkeys playing on the boat was added.
There is like a famous thing where there was at one time two monkeys fighting over, I think it was a banana or something like that, and then they just disappeared one day. And I don't know.
Kind
For
of
some
like the
reason, it's like a big
boy
thing.
from
Yeah, it was like that kind of thing. Yeah, where his
Yeah.
face fell off and they turned him around.
Station Earth.
Yeah, I believe that happened.
They also removed other indigenous figures throughout the attraction, in the headhunting specifically.
Mm.
People thought that this was going to be a tie-in to the Jungle Cruise film, which we'll talk very briefly about coming up here in the history, but there were no tie-ins added, probably for the best.
It's a good
I don't
movie.
know.
I like that movie.
Add the Rock in there. It'd be kind of cool.
It's a good movie.
They have plenty of rocks in there.
You're right.
They actually made a rock joke. I'm pretty sure on mine. Actually, I
I
just
think they made a
that up.
backside of water joke too, and it
I-
killed.
They actually made a Ron joke on mine
Ron.
instead of a rock. A Ron.
I don't think we joke about that.
That joke bombed, Ryan.
Oh man,
Guys, we're on YouTube. This is forever. You can't do this.
you can't edit this out of YouTube.
Well, I'm not making a joke about war. I'm just making a joke about country names.
What is it good for?
Content.
Absolutely nothing.
Actually,
In 1971, the Walt Disney World version opened, and it was also Adventureland's anchor attraction there. It was similar, however, the boat would also travel inside of a sunken Cambodian temple.
Yeah.
Additionally, a downed airplane was added. The other half of that downed airplane would be in the Great Movie Rides Casablanca scene, which we talked about back in episodes 4 and 5 of this
Where is it now?
podcast. I mean, it's still in Jungle Cruise.
But where's the other half? Oh! You said it was moved from there.
What?
You said it was
half
moved.
of it was, so
half
so
of it.
think about it like this: we take a sandwich, and let's say I cut
I
the
don't know why.
sandwich
You,
in half,
no. Stop.
and I give
Stop.
half of it to Chris
Stop.
and half
Stop.
to Alex.
Stop.
wait, what kind of
You
sandwich?
didn't
was
If you
understand
give
my.
Chris half a sandwich, he's gonna look at you funny.
It's an
You didn't
insult.
understand my
Peanut
question.
butter and jelly.
You're
Thank
saying half of it's in this ride, half of it's in the other ride. That
Correct.
ride's now that there anymore. So what'd they do with that half of the
It's a
plane?
sandwich, Alex. It's probably in a landfill somewhere or in someone's stomach. I don't know.
Well,
As far as we are aware, they destroyed it.
Oh,
Wow, it's messed up.
We actually don't know for a fact, but that'd be my guess, knowing Disney.
you know him?
Yeah, he's my best friend. And actually, I'd like to introduce our guest for this episode, Walt Disney.
he wants to know why last week you said you don't like Disney.
Who said that?
You said that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that
Well, you were
word for
drunk.
word.
All right, I didn't.
I'm
think
sure
that-
chat
I
remembers
was
you
not.
saying that.
I don't recall saying that. Maybe it got cut out of the. I've re-listened to the Matterhorn episode today, so maybe it got cut out. The Walt Disney World version took place at the Jungle Navigation Company in 1941.
Good
It
year.
was an outpost. No, sorry, in the 1930s, not
Horrible
specified.
decade.
It's a jungle outpost on the Amazon River. The foliage was chosen by Bill Evans to survive the harsh Florida climate. In 2015, a tie-in restaurant was opened at Adventureland called the Skipper Canteen. There's 15 boats in the attraction, and as one of the sources that I read mentioned, only 2 of them have ever sunk.
Yep.
Wow.
I love how they specify only 2, as
Only
if
two.
2
I mean,
is
it's
a
not-
small
that's
number
pretty
of
good.
boats to have sunk at Disney
Yeah,
World.
but they're going all day long, man.
They're not even real. How do they even sink if they're on a track?
That's true.
Well, it's not keeping them afloat.
I mean, anything
How
can
did-
sink if you try hard enough.
Not me.
Let me think about
You
that.
know, I don't float. I can't do it.
I can't float either.
You just hold your
Yeah.
breath, dude. You can't
No, it doesn't
sink.
work. My feet are too big or something. My feet sink every time.
Well, yeah. I mean, your feet will be under, but you can't sink. You just hold your breath. It's
Oh
not
no, I
hard.
sink like a rock.
No, it's like it's not a hard thing to do. Is what I'm
No,
trying to
I
tell you.
also
you
Well,
sink.
it's also because I mean, I don't know.
no, you just hold.
I
your
don't
Only
have as
thing
much.
up-
Maybe you have more body fat. Than me.
Only
I don't
thing
know.
above water would be my face, and everything's gonna be parallel.
Yeah, that's
it's
like-
gonna be
That's
yeah.
vertical.
floating. No, but that's floating.
That's
You're
not
supposed to be like
floating.
on your back. You're supposed to be like
Yeah.
your chest is supposed to be sticking out of the
Oh,
water.
you
a
gotta
little bit.
kick your legs. Do you guys not
That's
know how
not
to swim?
floating.
That's swimming.
If you kick your legs,
That's
you're not
swimming.
floating, Marker. It's just swimming.
Yeah, I mean, no one can do that. No one can.
Yes, they
I've
can.
seen
I've seen
everybody
people do it.
this.
Nah,
I've
you
seen
can't do
people
that.
float.
No, you can't float without
I've
kicking your
seen
legs.
people do it.
You ever just pretend you're dead and sink to the bottom?
Yes, I do it all the time. It's fun.
Yeah, do the opposite of that and you'll float.
That's not what
Now,
happens.
just hold your breath, dude. Max,
Okay.
can you float?
I like to have tea
Yes.
parties underwater.
See, Max can float.
In 1991, an audio loop was added for the queue of Jungle Cruise, featuring Radio Man skipper Albert Awol, and the Jungle Cruise overlay was added to the attraction in the mid-2010s as well. In 1983,
What?
Tokyo Disneyland's version of the attraction
Oh, I see.
would open nearly identical to Walt Disney World, with one exception. All right, pop quiz. Jungle Cruise at Walt Disney World, clockwise or counterclockwise?
It is
What is ours?
clockwise.
It's counterclockwise.
It's clockwise.
What is ours?
Yes.
Disney World, counterclockwise.
Ours
yes.
is clockwise.
Ours is clockwise.
This is counterclockwise. This is the opposite of ours.
Alex is the only one that was correct there. Disney World's version is counterclockwise.
Oh, I was doing the.
Isn't
That's what I said. I
Disneyland-
said ours is clockwise. Theirs is
Is it-
counterclockwise. That's what I just said.
No, isn't
Ours
no
is counter-
ours?
Disney World is
counter-
counterclockwise.
Ours
I was
is
asking which
counterclockwise.
one it was, so I could say the opposite, but you didn't answer me.
Disney
Isn't
World's
Disney-
in Orlando.
Isn't
Because that was
Disneyland's
against the point of the
counterclockwise
question.
too?
I said it's the opposite of ours, so I was still right.
Isn't
I don't
Disneyland's
know which is
counterclockwise?
Disneyland's is.
It
I don't
is.
know
I
which
just watched
Disney.
No,
just
theirs is
watched
the
a-
only one that goes the other way.
I just watched a ride.
Disneyland?
There's
No,
this
no,
counterclockwise
Tokyo
too.
or
Oh.
Hong Kong.
Disney World. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's because it's the other side of the hemisphere.
Did the
Yeah,
twins?
the
No,
only
that's not wise.
The only difference with the Tokyo one is that it goes clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise. Otherwise, it's identical to Walt Disney World's. But the station is in an upscale African city, and it actually has the same station as the Western River Railroad. Interestingly, this version of the attraction utilizes a Japanese spiel. However, a change would occur in 2014, all that time ago, over a decade ago now. I think I was back in middle school back then, I think.
You'd love to throw that in my face every time.
I just know it makes you mad.
Yeah, it does. I was literally on my second career at that point.
Can we
The
pause for a
overlay-
second? Can we pause for a second? Shannon, you know what's Jingle Cruise?
He doesn't know what Jingle Cruise is.
Jingle Cruise is a seasonal overlay for Christmas, and they rename all the boats to a seasonal name.
Yeah, and they
then
do some
add-
decorating in
They
it.
add
It's an
they do
overlay.
some decorating. Yeah, it's a little overlay.
Or layover, if you ask Chris.
It's a layover. Where's Stella, by the way? Stella hasn't been here all night.
Shannon?
No,
That is
Shannon's
Shannon.
here.
That's Stella.
No.
Hey, Stella!
You know who's not here? It's Ashley.
She's
I'm gonna say Remy.
in a better place.
He's never here.
All right, go ahead.
Imagine being desperate to guest on our show and yet never
This is on
showing up to a
YouTube,
live
by the
recording.
way, Max.
I don't care. I really don't. He's not going to watch this. So the overlay Jungle Cruise Wildlife Expeditions began, and it included unique music and effects. The Tokyo version has 13 vehicles with up to 12 running at one time. 6 times what Disneyland originally had running.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 2005, what might be the coolest version of the Jungle Cruise opened in a Hong Kong Disneyland. It was relatively different than the others. It would go around Tarzan's treehouse, but it would also include better special effects. During the base camp scene, for example, a clip on a record of the song Trashin' of the Camp from Tarzan
Ugh,
would
it's the
play.
worst
Probably the
song.
best song from that.
I do
film,
like
in
that
my
That
song.
opinion.
is the worst
It's a good song.
No,
Nah.
it's so bad. It's why the
At least you don't have to listen to
album
Phil
sucks.
Collins singing during that one. You
I
know?
would love to listen to Phil Collins singing during that.
Yeah, I wanted to hate Trash in the Camp because of all the trash that's been talked on it, but I really enjoyed it.
Which
Oh,
one's
It's kind
that?
of a
So
good song,
bad.
honestly.
It's Scooby Doo Bobbity
Oh, that one? Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Birds in it.
That's a good one. That's a good song.
It's not. It's terrible.
It is.
No, it's the
Fun.
worst.
Nothing
Hong
more soothing than
Kong
Rosie
Jungle-
O'Donnell.
That's part of the problem,
singing
too, yeah.
scat.
Ew.
The Hong Kong version of Jungle Cruise ends with a grand finale between the fire and water gods, which looks insanely cool. If you haven't seen a video,
I've been
Wait,
meaning to
go
what?
watch
ahead and
that,
check it
yeah.
out at some point.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've rode this the last 6 months. What are you talking about?
You've rode it
Wait,
in
you went to
Hong
Hong
Kong?
Kong?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're still talking about Hong Kong. I thought you changed to like
Oh,
sooner
man.
stuff. My bad.
Thanks for paying attention,
I gotta look
Alex.
this up. I sorry.
I was like, man, is
That-
somebody
my-
commit arson in the
My
attraction?
my hemisphere joke broke me, so I was blacked out for 5
You
minutes.
blacked out for 15
You're
minutes.
black. Whoa.
After the episode, we'll watch it. How about that?
Yeah, we
The
should.
Hong Kong version used to have not one, not two, but 3 different queues for the attraction. One
Wow.
queue would have the spiel in English, the second would have the spiel in Cantonese, and the third would have the spiel in Mandarin.
Wow. That's
However-
cool.
Question:
Mhm.
Where's Cantonese spoken?
China.
Yeah, but like, what country is it?
What?
China.
China.
No, but like, is it
a continent.
No, well, it's actually not. But wait.
You sounded
Wait,
so
wait,
much
wait,
like
wait.
Scott when you said that. That was weird.
No.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it's Japan as a continent.
Are you talking about like what
Wait,
region of China?
wait. Ryan, we got to break this down a little bit. What's
No,
the
no,
continent?
No,
Isn't
it's not a- it's an
Cantonese
A-
a
it's an
southern
Af-
dialect?
Wait, did Ryan just say China's a continent?
No, he
Yeah, I
didn't.
did.
That is not a continent.
I was thinking Japan. I don't know why I thought that.
Isn't
But
Cantonese
Japan's
southern
not a
dialect?
continent either.
Japan's an island. It's close enough.
Wait.
Whoa, what?
This is China, not Japan.
Wait, he
I
said-
know. I was saying Japan.
Japan is
Japan
not a
what?
continent.
Japan's
No,
not a
it's an
continent.
island.
Yeah,
I
it's an
know.
island. Yes.
Are you thinking of a continent?
Australia?
No, I know that's a continent.
Wait.
Right, it's
Wait,
also
wait,
an
Ryan.
island.
All right, no, stop. Ryan, name the 7 continents. Go.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just go as many as you can. Impress us.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not a geography person.
All right. Alex, Chris, we're
Cantonese
just going to stop
is-
talking until he does it. Go.
Oh, go ahead. I'll sit here all night. I don't give a damn.
Cantonese
We're gonna
is
wait you
the
out.
southern dialect, Chris, of China. The
Oh,
southern
okay.
dialect.
Okay.
But are they cantons? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it the region of Canteen?
We're talking about Canton, Ohio, where the Football Hall of Fame is located.
That's what I was trying to see. Is the NFL secretly owned by China?
I think it's just the last part of China that China took over, so they speak Cantonese because it's not there. You know, because China
What country
expanded.
did they take over, though? That's what I'm wondering. Like Cantonese, right? Japanese,
Yeah, I don't know.
Chinese, China, Japan. What is the
The region.
Yeah, Cantonese is
Like-
not the region though. What's
Like
the
you
region?
ever heard of Basque, for example? Basque?
Baskin Robbins?
So it originated.
No, like
in,
would go there, man.
BASQUE.
it originated
spoken
in
by the
Guangzhou,
Basque people
which is
who
formerly
live in the
Canton.
Pyrenees Mountains
Canton.
between France and Spain.
Mhm.
We
Hey,
got
I
it.
have a Great Pyrenees. That's where he's from.
Canton. Canton.
It's a
pretty cool.
Sino-Tibetan language originating in Guangzhou, formerly Canton.
All right, perfect. That's all I need to know. That's all I was wondering.
Well, none of that
Wow,
actually
big
matters
tangent.
because now they've actually changed it to only one queue for the attraction, and the script merges all 3 languages together.
Do they say it all at the same
How's
time?
it? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
not at the same
Spanglish?
Like different
time.
lines in different languages.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
like
it just repeats in different languages.
It's like Spanglish.
No, like it's not like they're saying different words in different languages, different sentences, different languages.
It's like the monorail spiel. It's
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las
Yeah.
puertas.
So it's
That-
like
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Chris, why would you say
Oh
something so
my
racist?
that was
God.
not what happened. Just for the record,
I mean,
there was an inappropriate inside joke that I rehashed.
mm,
It was
There you go.
highly offensive.
There goes our sponsor.
I'm offended.
oh, you shouldn't be.
Oh, I muted you guys.
So
instead
the
of
Hong
me.
Kong
No,
boat
I'm
has
kidding.
9, or the Hong Kong attraction has 9 boats. Can run a max of 8 at a time. The attraction is very iconic, as I mentioned earlier, and it launched a film adaptation in 2021 starring actors Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. And ultimately, the Jungle Cruise is still going strong 70 years later.
70 years.
70 years. That's, yeah,
70.
That's right. That's right.
Wow,
Never
yeah,
know.
it's Disneyland's 70th anniversary, but the one at Disney World is not 70.
Well,
No, but the attraction is still going 70 years later.
That's
Like crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, I
Jungle
guess
Cruise
so.
is still alive and kicking, unlike, say, World of Motion.
Yeah.
With-
actually.
Any final thoughts on the Jungle Cruise?
The history of the attraction is great. I always loved.
There's a
Thank
lot
you,
of
I
history with-
appreciate it.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, I always loved hearing about the history of this ride. I love what it was supposed to be, and then what it actually turned into.
You love what was supposed to be.
Yeah. Is that controversial to
mean,
say?
I mean,
No,
you would not have
I
liked
mean-
it. What it was
No,
originally.
no, I love what it was supposed to be, and then what it turned into. Like one sentence. Like I don't love them individually.
Well-
I love how it was supposed to be one thing, and then it turned into what it is now.
I feel like that's kind of like our show. We were supposed to be a very podcast where we just talk about history, and it's kind of become
Oh, it
something other than that. You know?
Never was going to be that. I will say this is kind of the precursor to the Kilimanjaro Safari. So that's kind of what Walt would
Yeah,
have wanted
for sure.
to begin with, right? Like he wanted live animals and stuff.
Mhm.
And now we actually have that whole
Right.
park kind of dedicated to it.
Yeah, it's
How
true.
cool would Kilimanjaro be with a boat instead of a truck?
Way cooler.
I don't
That would
think
be
so.
way cool. I like boats, man.
Simply because you'd be on the water, so automatically I feel like it wouldn't be as
Yeah,
hot.
Literally cooler. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's
good
not the
point,
hottest
Tunnel.
park. So,
Oh,
I
we're
think it's
talking
cool
about
the way it
Animal
is.
Kingdom. Yes, it is.
But
yeah,
like,
no, it's not the hottest park. You're correct. It is not.
I forgot you don't believe in science. I'm sorry.
I do believe in science,
Sorry.
not geography. I don't believe in geography.
All right, I have a question for you guys.
okay.
Would you guys rather do the Garmin's first or our game?
Let's do the game.
All right. You hear that? I think it's the Garmin.
You would. This episode's been kind of you just running off the rails.
That would
Well,
have been really
of course
funny.
we're not on the rails. We're
On the river.
river.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how the boat
Ah.
can sink.
All
because-
boats can sink.
No, but like think about it. The boat. Think about it. The
You
boat.
sound like the guy that
Like-
built the
okay,
Titanic.
here's
Like, I
a
don't think
boat,
this will ever
right?
sink.
Here's the water.
No,
the
no,
boat
no, no,
goes
no.
down and hits the
How
bottom.
does it fall?
How's it
Does
sinking?
it fall off the track? No, okay, think about it. Think about it. Peter Pan's flight. Why don't those
Yeah, it
boats ever
falls-
sink?
Because you
It falls
die.
off the track a little bit.
No, seriously. Like, why don't those boat? They're all the boat. Same thing. It's on a track.
It's
so why
not
don't?
on water?
But what would be the difference?
Because like if you think about the track system, it's probably being pulled by like a cable.
So you
not
think
being
it's
pulled
being
by
pulled,
solid
it's not
Wait,
like
object.
Cable's pulling it?
See, so
Yeah.
Is Deadpool pulling it too?
I envision that the boat is on a stick.
Maybe chains.
Yeah,
Does ever like any boat in the other place ever sink? Small World.
Yes. Or they
Oh.
could.
I envision the
They
boat.
did on Splash Mountain.
I envision the boat is on a stick. So
No.
Wait, what
No.
about Bird? Kind of like Bird on a stick?
Oh.
One of my all-time favorite theme park characters. Because
It's a weird one.
speaking of my favorite theme park characters, I very briefly glossed over one of my all-time favorite theme park characters during the
Here we
history.
go.
Trader
Skipper
Sam.
Albert AWOL.
No.
Skipper
AWOL.
Albert AWOL.
Who is that?
In the queue,
Oh,
he has some absolutely banger lines with some incredible music in the background. And so today we're going to play a game that we played before, but all themed around Skipper Albert AWOL.
Oh boy.
So we're going to play, once
I
again,
have to say, Max, you're
a
probably
game.
the only person to ever notice this.
that is not true. That's definitely not true.
Everyone who goes to the park knows it because he tells them constantly about it.
He did send me a long time ago the whole loop of Albert AWOL.
And it's
Probably
hilarious, is it not?
A year or two ago, yeah.
Did you listen
I
to
did. Yeah, of course I did.
it? Wasn't it good?
It's okay.
Well, we're going to be playing another game of Finish the Quote.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
boy.
You're going to do your very best. I'm going to award the point to whoever's the closest with
Okay.
clips from the Jungle Cruise Q loop. As
I should have known
iconic
this was
and
coming. I should have
classic as it is.
researched this
You
part.
probably should have. You probably
I
should.
mean,
You know
I
me
can
well
start
enough.
reading you like a book now, Max.
I watched the ride POV before today.
It's not going to
and I
help
started-
you with this.
I started watching it and I couldn't understand what the lady was saying. It was so muffled and loud.
Well, I think you accidentally watched the Cantonese version.
That's what it was.
Oh. Did it get faster and louder as it went on, like that song?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get the audios up here.
And I said faster and harder, not louder.
I didn't want to say harder. I don't like saying that.
All right. So here's how this one's going to work. This is not going to be a buzzing game. Instead, it's going to be a jot down your answers on whatever paper or whiteboard you've got near you game.
I didn't bring a dry erase marker out with me.
How about a pencil?
And I don't have. I do actually have one.
I have a post-it note and a Sharpie that I've been smelling the whole.
Or you can
episode.
just jot it down in the Notes app on your phone. This game is not
Oh,
have
as
this.
serious enough to require you to cheat.
is this dry? No, it's
I
not
don't-
dry.
I might just save. I don't know. where
Not if
mine
it's
is.
hard and fast.
It is a little dry. Hold on. All right.
Oh,
right.
where's- I don't know where my marker went. My son's been in.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm just gonna say
Oh.
it.
Use that. Use the card you made your wife for Mother's
Mom-
Day.
Mommy loves you.
That's the note that I left you.
I hope he didn't write that for his wife.
Oh, it's not
Mother's
going
Day.
off.
All right, you guys ready?
You're
you
gonna
know
erase
what?
that. Your wife's gonna be so pissed tomorrow.
I can't erase. It's in the. It's not. She doesn't know this is in here. Like
Did she
this.
give that to you?
Yeah. She. Yeah. She.
He
gives
calls
me-
her mommy.
She calls me mom. I call her mommy.
That's weird.
Mammy. No, I don't call her mommy. You
That,
mean this
that's
right here,
offensive.
Chris? You mean this right here, Chris?
Made me uncomfortable now.
What is
Oh,
that?
here we go.
That's
Look
the
at
note for the car.
this. Brand
And
new
chat,
box.
since you're going to be on YouTube, you can go ahead and play along. You've got a 15-second delay, so play along with us. See what you think finishes
Oh, is that a
these
giveaway?
classic, iconic Albert A. Wall quotes.
Kind of weird taking a bite out of the D. I was just talking about the magnet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How about loud and hard?
Loud and hard. Oh, you completely changed that
Wow.
up now.
Hey, you know,
All right. We ready for this game?
What's the name of this episode?
Here.
The name
Is
of
this
the
game ready
episode?
for us? Is the question.
Here we go. Take it away, Skipper Albert A. Wall.
What?
Travelers who may need to exchange foreign currency during their voyage needn't worry. Their
There. You cut it out a little too early there.
Correct. I'll play it again. I'll play it again
Ah.
for you.
oh man, I don't have any idea.
any travelers who may need to exchange foreign currency during their voyage needn't worry. Their
Oh,
It's a very Jungle Cruise loot.
hmm.
I think I got it.
I don't think I have it.
All right.
Is it
All right, we'll start with Chris.
Mommy Loves You?
Chris, I was gonna cut that out. You can't.
You
use
can't
that.
know. You can't know.
I have. I'm still gonna cut it out.
Ryan?
I'll do another one.
I said no need for cash.
All right, Chris.
Money will be confiscated.
All right, Alex.
There's change in the water.
Oh, that's
Right.
a good one.
Ooh, I like that.
any travelers who may need to exchange foreign currency during their voyage needn't worry. There are banks all along our rivers.
Oh,
There's banks all along our rivers. I'd say Alex was the closest. He talked about the change in
Water.
the water. I feel like that's.
That's close. No, I give it to him.
Relatively close.
100%.
I'm going to be giving that one to Alex.
This is my
there.
first answer.
Okay. It's just a warm up. We're good.
All right. Yep. So now you guys get the idea of it. These are going to be things that should be, relatively logical. I'm not going to give you anything that's ridiculously left field.
How about right field?
We know that communicating on the jungle rivers can be difficult at times, so we're always glad to pass along any warm personal greetings from one skipper to another. Here's one now from the skipper of the Senegal Sal to the skipper of Irrawaddy Irma.
Do your best to guess what one skipper's saying to the other.
What?
I can play the message again if you'd like.
That won't help me. Senegal Salsa. What?
Can
Wow.
be difficult at times, so we're always glad to pass along any warm personal greetings from one skipper to another. Here's one now from the skipper of the Senegal Sal to the skipper of Irrawaddy Irma.
Whoever just gets the closest to what one boat's saying to the other.
Oh, nothing. They just
No,
waved.
skippers. No, I thought it was a skipper.
Yeah, what the skippers are saying to the
What's
other.
one skipper saying to the other?
Nothing. They just waved.
All right, that's what Chris says.
Okay. I
Ryan?
said get out of the way.
All right, Alex.
Will you take my shift Friday?
One of you is very, very close and will definitely be getting this point.
If you can't drive, stay off the river. Isn't that nice?
Ryan
Yeah.
absolutely gets the point there. No question about it.
Wait, what did he
Ryan
say?
pretty much
I
hit
said
the nail
get out of
on
the way.
head.
I guess. I mean,
You guess it's close to the
It's
close to
that's
where the last
extremely
one-
that's basically spot on without being word for word.
Friday night's Jungle River movie, Tarzan and Me, has been canceled due to the fact
due to the fact.
Oh, that monkeys have stolen the film.
pretty good. Pretty good.
Hmm. Oh man.
Tarzan and Me. Now I can't think of anything but what Chris just said. Thanks, Chris.
I know. Yeah. Right.
That's a
You
good.
said
I
it
think
too
that's
early.
it
Now I can't think of my own.
You guys can't
answer.
copy.
because I'm right. Pretty sure. I
Um,
don't know
what,
why.
what was the line again? We can't see the film.
I'll play it again if you want.
Isn't that nice? Friday night's Jungle River movie, Tarzan and Me, has been canceled due to the fact
Hmm.
I
Due to the
can't.
fact.
Chris is probably 100% correct.
I
all I
feel
can
the
think of.
same way.
You guys can put your answers if you want, but I will let you know. Chris is 100% correct.
Yeah,
I was
next
gonna say,
time-
there's no way that-
Chris,
to say
don't
anything
say
else.
it before we give a chance to say it too.
Wait,
Think
wait,
of
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait.
You
What
cut
would
the line.
What would the difference be?
I might have
I
thought
kinda
of the
wrote that
same
down.
exact one, but you
Here's
clouded
the,
my.
here's the full version.
Friday night's Jungle River movie, Tarzan and Me, has been canceled due to the fact that those pesky gorillas have once again borrowed our projector. Any skipper interested in retrieving the projector will receive a free day's ration of banana bits, the dried fruit of choice among all Jungle Cruise skippers.
There you go, Chris.
Oh, I thought we were supposed
Next-
to.
I thought there was
film.
another
Next-
one.
Yeah.
It goes right into that one.
Next time, no. Next time,
Oh.
wait until
I
everybody.
did forget you're supposed to write it down.
Yeah,
We don't have to write it down.
Minus
Just
1
Give us
point.
a minute to think about it.
we are all tied at 1 apiece.
Attention skippers, please urge your passengers to disembark on the starboard side of the boat. That's the side closest to the dock. If you pull in bow first. Attention passengers,
Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know what else could. I don't understand where there's so many words that could be jokes.
Yeah.
Play it again
know
if
where
you
to
want.
Play it
start.
one more time. I don't really understand what would be.
side of the boat. Please urge your passengers to disembark on the starboard side of the boat. That's the side closest to the dock. If you pull in bow first. Attention passengers,
I don't know boat words, so I can't think of what the opposite
Do
of
not need to
bow
know
is.
boat words to get this one right.
Okay, I think I got it.
I have no idea.
Um, hold
And these
on.
are logical. These are all supposed to be logical.
Well,
If you go in bow first.
no clue.
Go ahead. I'm ready, I
I,
guess.
I think I got
All
it.
right, we'll start with Chris.
All right, please board first, bow second.
Alex.
Wait, I thought this was to leave the boat, not get on the boat.
Correct.
Oh, so please exit first, bow second.
Stand to get off.
Stand.
attention skippers, please urge your
But Ryan didn't say
passengers
anything
to
yet.
It's
disembark
okay.
on
I
the
have no idea.
Yeah, Ryan said he had no answer.
Oh,
I don't
okay. Okay.
starboard side of the boat. That's the side closest to the dock. If you pull in bow first. Attention passengers, please urge your skippers to pull into the dock bow first.
Oh. I don't think anyone got. I think
No, nobody got
I
that
can't,
one.
I can't justify giving that one to anyone.
That is
No,
pretty.
unfortunately.
That's pretty funny, actually.
It's a great little script they've got. Nobody listens to it.
Obviously.
Due to capacity limitations on the Jungle Cruise boats, parties of 33 should consider dividing their group into two groups.
33 divide your groups into two groups of
Whoever can answer the map the quickest.
two
Okay.
groups.
I
what's
got
half of
it.
33?
I got it. Can I say it?
All right,
No,
Chris.
no.
Say it.
It's whoever could do the map quickest.
Okay, 16 and a half.
Yeah, it is 16 and a half.
Not fair.
Due to capacity limitations on the Jungle Cruise boats, parties of 33 should consider dividing their group into two groups of 16 and a half each.
Yo, Chris, quick math.
I'm too tired to do math.
And now today's survival tip. When confronted by a charging rhino, head for the nearest tree and
Climb. Oh, let me write it down.
What is the Jungle Cruise tip? Survival tip. When confronted by a charging rhino, you should climb a tree or head for a tree and
Okay.
start with Alex.
Climb up fast with your servant behind you.
Ryan,
Climb up a tree and leave.
Chris,
What?
I said climb up before the others.
And now today's survival tip. When confronted by a charging rhino, head for the nearest tree and climb fast. Failure to follow these instructions may result in pointed confrontations.
I didn't know
I'll
that
give it
he
to
was gonna
Alex
get-
there.
I didn't know. No, I shouldn't get that point. I didn't know that.
You said climb and fast. No one else said the word fast.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's good for. I don't think anybody should get that point. I didn't know that. I feel like you cut it out a little too early for the joke. The joke was.
I
after
definitely
that.
did.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I definitely did.
Listen up, skippers. Your chance to enter the Name the Crocodile contest is just about over. Come on, fellas. Not only will you win a 1-week, all expenses paid cruise for one on the Jungle River of your choice, and one slightly used Pygmy War Canoe, but you'll also now get, absolutely free, a full volume set of Teach Yourself Swahili, just for entering. Remember, Wasio na hofu is Swahili for they who have no fear. And Matoi Mabuzi Katika, Niumba Umtie Katika Kibanda Chake means
What does that mean in Swahili?
Oh my god, that was so long.
This is the least logical question you guys are gonna get.
Okay, so the first one he said. What did he say? The first one said.
They
Don't replay
who
the whole
have
thing.
no fear.
Okay, and the second one is.
I think I might have this one.
No way! No way does Chris have this.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Not a chance do you have this. All right. Anyone got anything?
Yeah. So.
We'll end
so-
with Chris because he thinks he has it.
yeah.
Ryan?
I have watch out for that gator.
That's a good one.
They were crocodiles.
Oh, crocodiles, whatever.
Alex?
Crocodiles don't like to be punched in the nose.
Chris?
What? Wait. What was the prize? A book on Swahili?
Book full volume set of Teach Yourself Swahili.
Yeah. So I wish I won the full volume set on how to learn Swahili.
Kibanda Chake means take the goat out of the house and put it in its shed.
Oh my God.
That doesn't even match anything.
That's so stupid.
That's why I said it was the least logical one.
Yeah.
I thought you started early because it had something to do with it.
Let me do a
No,
10-minute
nothing at all.
setup for nothing.
I don't think I can give it to anyone for that.
I
Yeah,
would say no. Nobody said goat.
I almost said it.
Recent reports of giant pythons have been greatly exaggerated. These reptiles cannot digest children weighing over 60 pounds in a single bite. The largest child they could consume at any one time would have to weigh less.
There's the minimum or the maximum weight of a child that the python could consume.
And they say they can't consume the weight of what?
60.
60 pounds? 60 pounds?
60. Yep. Whoever is closest to the number without going over.
I got mine.
All right, we'll start with you, Ryan.
59 pounds. Or I
All
said
right,
less than Chris Yob.
Alex,
29 and a half.
Chris.
1.
Holy crap! One of you is right on the money.
gotta
Over
be me.
60 pounds in a single bite. The largest child they could consume at any one time would have to weigh less than 45 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Alex for sure. Not right on the money, but very, very close.
I said 29 and a half.
Yeah,
I
and
was-
that is definitely that's closest without going over.
I didn't know that was the
I didn't know it was
rule.
going- I didn't know we were doing
Ryan's
going over.
closest. He said 50. Or didn't he?
Oh
didn't he?
yes,
I didn't know it was going over. I thought
That's
it was
why I
so
said-
closest.
That's why I said 1.
Oh, Price is Right rules. I didn't know.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Changing
I
the
did say
rules.
All right, I'll take the
I didn't
point.
change
That's
anything.
cool.
I said it outward.
I'll take the point.
I was going off a joke. 'Cause that would have been a better joke than 45.
Yeah,
Wait,
what's
that
the
would've been
joke
funnier.
there? What's the joke there?
Because
It's
most
not.
kids are going to weigh at least 45 pounds. Or about 45 pounds.
American kids?
Hey, Brody weighs. Well, he's over 50 now.
That's why Chris couldn't have his child in his lap. All right, Alex leads 3-2-1.
Here's a message from Sir Henry Morton Stanley to
That's
Whoa.
it? Sir Henry Morton Stanley?
I can't quite make out this name. It's
From Sir Henry Morton
Morton
Stanley.
Stanley.
2.
He can't quite
Two.
make out this name. It's
I got it.
Alex seems confident.
I'm not. Hmm.
All right, everyone got one?
I have. It's in Swahili.
Chris?
Walt Disney.
Chris has Walt Disney. Alex?
Sir Morton Stanley 1 or senior.
I can't quite make out this name. It's Dr. Livingston, I presume. Please meet Sir Stanley at the falls.
What's
I don't think I can give anyone the point on that one.
What's the
Dr.
joke?
Livingston, I presume. Dr. Livingston, I
Livingston, I
presume.
presume.
I get that part, but how is that even connected to Morton Stanley?
Because Henry Morton Stanley was the actual guy that found David Livingston.
Who is David Livingston and Sir Morton Henry
Dr.
Harrison?
Dr. David Livingston.
Yeah.
You know,
could
the
say it
explorer
100
that
more
went to
times.
he discovered Victoria Falls.
We
and
still
then
talking about
Henry
the
Morton
African
Stanley-
Queen?
Oh,
Okay.
okay, never mind. History.
I thought it was an actual
I
joke,
treated
not
African-
history.
Well, it's a joke from history. It's both. It's a history. No,
History
never-
jokes aren't normally good jokes.
History.
Realize what I
That
said?
was funnier than the actual joke was.
Joke history. It's history. That's a shirt.
Give me 5 minutes.
All right, here's the next one. We're almost done.
If your vessel needs repairs, please see our mechanic located at the boat storage area. It is not proper to remove parts.
Where is it not proper to remove parts from?
I got one. At,
Everyone got
the,
one?
at the dock.
All right. Chris?
The boat?
Not what?
I don't know. I wasn't really listening.
Can you
to that
explain
one.
what you mean?
No.
It's not
No.
proper to remove
He's
parts
being-
of
Okay.
the boat.
Chris is being vague on purpose.
Alex?
The engine.
All right.
What are you two talking about?
Don't remove parts from the engine.
From the engine. You gotta say from. You can't just say the
It is
engine.
not proper to remove parts from other skippers' boats. Your cooperation will be greatly
So
appreciated.
actually, Chris got that.
I
He's just
will be
being
giving
vague
Chris
as
the
possible.
point there.
That's
He
because
just said
we are all-
boat, and he got it.
yeah.
Chris and Alex are tied.
That's what Chris is doing. He's just trying to be vague as possible. So his
And it
possible
worked.
answer
That was a very good guess.
Boat.
boat. Adam.
Don't say that guy again. We don't need another Patreon takeover.
Yeah.
ATOM. Adam.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Molecules.
The winning entree from this month's cooking competition is bamboo stew with shredded vine stems. Skipper Doug, our floating gourmet, recently tried this unusual dish and told us it tastes like
Does it taste like?
What was the dish again?
Let me play it again. I don't remember the exact word.
Bamboo stems and vines.
I think I got this one.
Skipper Doug, our floating gourmet, from this month's cooking competition is bamboo stew with shredded vine stems.
I think I got this one. I'm just gonna say good. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Tastes like could.
All right. I
All
have
right.
my answer.
We're
You
gonna
guys ready?
We'll start with Alex.
I don't want to be start. I want to start with me. I'm still.
All right. We'll
thinking.
start with Ryan.
Mom's home cooking.
Chris.
Chicken.
Alex.
Tastes like a salad during October.
Skipper Doug, our floating gourmet,
Boo.
recently tried this unusual dish and told us it tastes like chicken.
Oh my God.
No way.
Are you
What is
serious?
everything else we cook around here? Thanks, Doug.
It's like the oldest.
And that
joke in
ends
the
our
book.
game. Chris, by 1 point, wins our game. And we didn't actually go to the tiebreaker, which is a bit of a shame. The tiebreaker was kind of a fun one. But congratulations.
is the
Chris.
answer tiebreaker
that,
Mickey
that was
Mouse?
the fun one?
Do you want to hear what the tiebreaker would have been?
Yeah.
Sure.
Give me a sec.
Actually, you know
Load
what?
it up.
No, we're not gonna hear what the tiebreaker is. You're gonna put it in our. You're putting in our Discord. And if you want to see the tiebreaker, you gotta
No,
join
it's,
our
it's not
Discord.
as fancy as all that.
Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna say there is a Jungle Cruise song out there that a famous artist, has written. I want to see if you can identify who the song is.
If you want to go down the Jungle Cruise,
Oh, I know. That's yes. This
That's
is
Al Yankovic.
yeah.
so what's the question?
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
all
Weird
know
Al
who it
Yankovic,
is.
yeah. It's not hard. I would have won that question.
It sounds
man.
like Bowling for Soup.
Wait,
No.
who do you guys think it is?
Weird Al Yankovic.
It is Weird Al. Yeah.
Is it Weird Al?
So we
So
would have
now
to go
what's
into
the other
double
tiebreaker?
Arm wrestling. Congratulations, Chris. You did well with Jungle Cruise. You did indeed.
I didn't need any jungle clues.
Jungle Clues in the Jungle Cruise.
Seconds.
All right, he's gone.
Well, perfect timing because the Garmins are showing up. Hey, I'm the Garmin.
I'm a Garmin.
With
Boy,
me today
this
is
the same
neighbor
thing Mary
Bob.
did, right? He just pulled a Mary and
Hello,
walked away.
Giles Garmin here, and I'm here joined by my brother Gerald.
Ooh. Hello. Whoa, wait a second. My voice
What is that voice?
My voice is normal.
that was weird.
Wow.
Now, on the Jungle Cruise, you can see a hidden Mickey formed by the ropes on the dock. Right, Gerald?
Yeah, there's 3.
And how about the pans in the base camp?
I'm trying to
Do
think
those
of
form a
something.
hidden Mickey?
I'm trying to think of something appropriate. I love pants so much you can call me Pant. Never mind.
And finally, the gems in the temple. Do they make a hidden Mickey, Gerald?
They don't.
Yes, they do.
They do.
And that's all from me, Giles Garmin. Hey,
That's all from
Thanks.
me as well.
hey,
And
thanks for
me.
joining. Hey, thanks for joining us on this Jungle Cruise. As Skipper Albert Awol said, make sure you leave on the starboard side if you pulled into the dock bow first. But if you didn't, buy some.
You might get wet.
Especially if you listen to that song Alex was talking about.
Good Lord.
I haven't stopped listening this whole episode.
Recording stopped.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching us live on the YouTubes.
That's the Jungle Cruise for you. A lot of laughs, a lot of fellowship, a lot of faith in Christ.
What?
Thank
don't know.
Thank you guys, and have a happy and safe 4th of July tomorrow.
Yes,
If any of
please
you
be very
lose
safe.
any fingers, take
Yes.
pictures.
Just don't send it to Mags. He'll throw up.
He'll throw up, yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
I almost started throwing up at work today. Someone was working with a really nasty compound, and I smelled it, and I almost started puking. It was real bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.